Still waiting for labor to start, or maybe you're having one of those stop and start labors where you keep going, is this it? No. Is this it? No. Is this it? No. Ugh. When is this baby gonna come? I've been doing all of the things. I've been exercising. I've been having sex. I've been making sure that I do that mile circuit that they told me about. I stuffed my vagina like a clown car with the evening primrose oil. I've been drinking all the red raspberry leaf tea. Maybe I should get a sweep. I mean, I know I said that I wasn't going to, and I know that they're not really good, and it could actually hurt a lot, and it probably could actually be a natural birth trap. But, you know, I don't know how else this baby is going to come, because I just have no idea when it's going to start. I have no signs. My cervix isn't dilating. What's going on? This is never going to happen. Hey, I hear you. I totally hear you, okay? Because with my second, she really put me through it. I mean, you can see her picture behind me. And the fact is that from about 35 weeks all the way until she finally graced me with her presence at almost 40 weeks and 3 days, Michaela really taught me about patience. And this is something I've also noticed in my own life currently, where I'm working on something. I've been working on it now for 2.5 years. I know that it's completely aligned with my destiny and that I can't wait for it. And I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I have all of the signs that, like, this is inevitable. And I knew it was inevitable. Just like birth, you know that eventually this is going to come. So with birth, you know that baby is not going to stay in there forever. That baby is going to come out. Your job is to surrender to that. So I'm just going to tell you a little story about my personal life. What's going on right now is that there is someone out there that I have just been in love with all this time. And I know that we have such a connection. And the timing just wasn't right. It was gestating. This relationship that is going to come to be was gestating. And we needed to go through our separate trials to be able to get to this place where we can truly meet each other in partnership. But even though I've got some signs that things are turning around, I've got some labor signs that this is going to happen, I've got some signs that I'm just going to get what I want, it's still very slow. And you have to learn patience. You have to allow things to happen. Much like I know that I can't control his end of things and I can't control the end of my clients when they work with me, it has to be the right timing. I can't exactly control when my children are going to have a meltdown. I can't control when money's going to come. It's just, it is what it is. When you're really working for yourself and living an authentic life, and when you're having an authentic birth, an empowered birth, you've just got to allow it. So baby could actually be doing something very important right now. And that's why they're not coming. It has nothing to do with your body being broken. It has everything to do with your baby being like, it's just not the right time. Or maybe you're resisting and your body is saying, hey, you're pretty stressed right now. You're doing that mile circuit and you're running up and down the stairs. Oh, I get it. There must be a tiger in the area. So we can't go into labor fully. I'm going to signal some contractions to remind you, hey, we need to get to our cave. But we're in a society where we're expected to just do things and that we need to push and push and push and push. And if it doesn't work, if it's not working, then we need to call in reinforcements to get it to work in an efficient manner. Our hospital system and our birth culture is all about efficiency. That is why instead of saying, well, baby can come anywhere from 37 weeks all the way to 42 weeks, and some even go after that, we have this 40-week deadline. And as you approach your 40-week deadline, that's when people start saying, oh, we need to start getting things moving. Okay, yeah, you're 37 weeks, so you can start doing all of the things to get this baby out before 40 weeks. Because if you don't get this baby out before 40 weeks, guess what? You're going to have an induction. You don't want an induction, so you're going to do all the things. But if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing on the outside instead of focusing on the inner game, which my most amazing teacher taught me, that 90% of the game is played above the shoulders. That's why inside my book, Your Empowered Birth, one of the 5 pillars, the top pillar, the first one, is the right mindset. And then once you have that, you can call in the right education, the right environment, the right facilitators. They're all going to help you to keep your mindset. That's the key, is you need to be able to call in those people and call in those pieces of information and have the environment that will keep your mindset strong. And the last pillar is the right support. And the right support is the incubator that allows you to find those resources in the middle, your right care providers, your right facilitators, your right environment, being able to create that for you. Your right support needs to create that right environment, that safe container. They also need to help you in finding the resources that you need so that you can go out and you can get your right facilitator, but you're also hearing from your support people, hey, this person will help you get to your goal. This place is where you're going to feel most safe. Because from what you're telling me, based on what you're telling me, you don't actually want to go to this hospital. This hospital is no good. When you have that, when you have the 5-pillar system of empowered birth, what this does is it allows you to have the most authentic, autonomous, empowered birth experience of your life, where nobody can take your power away from you. They just can't, because you are now strong in what your truth is. And so I know that no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody tells me and saying it's never going to happen, when you are aligned with your heart and you really truly recognize that this is your path, and no matter what anybody else says, this is what's true in your heart, then it doesn't matter. You find those ways. You find a way to get further in your journey. And that's what I've done, is that I knew in my heart and soul what was right for me. I worked towards it. I didn't know how I was going to do this. I didn't know how I was going to get this person. I didn't know how I was going to get him to notice me. Turns out he'd already noticed me, and he has been noticing me all this time. I can't wait to share that story when it's completed. But I'm not going to share it until it's completed, because just like with the empowered birth journey, you don't know where you're going to end up until the end. And you really need to just enjoy the process of it. So if you are currently dealing with stop and start labor, or you're worried that you're going to have stop and start labor, or you're just coming up to your due date and you're wondering when you're going to go into labor, I'm just going to tell you one thing. This is the one thing you need to do. Let go. That's it. Just let go. Trust the process. Hey, baby might come today. But if they don't, do you want to sit there and try to do all of the things to try to make baby come and exhaust yourself when you could just take a nap, enjoy some food, watch some TV with your loved ones, cuddle up with your honey, and just talk about things that make you happy, laugh your ass off at a comedy, spend time with your other babies if you have other children. Just cuddle and enjoy that time, because once your new baby is here, your family dynamic is going to completely change. Or if this is your first baby, this is the last time that you and your partner are just going to be 2 people. Now you're going to be bringing a baby into this. So your family dynamic is going to shift, and you're going to have to pass the baby back and forth and your relationship back and forth, and you're going to be in a new level. So enjoy the level that you're at right now. Even as uncomfortably pregnant as you are, I totally get it. Totally get it, okay? Michaela had her feet up in my ribs. Michaela was kicking and hurting my ribs. She was punching my cervix. She was laying on my sciatic nerve. She was tossing and turning. She was giving me all of the heartburn, and there was like no room. I mean, I am a tiny person. Like, seriously, look how tiny I am. And like, I have like 8-pound babies. So like, she had nowhere to go. And I kept telling her, Michaela, it's time to get out. Like, it's seriously time to get out. And she's like, nah, I'm not ready yet. I'll come when I'm ready. I mean, this is her personality. I mean, even now, today, when I was taking her to school, and I'm like, Michaela, we need to get ready for school. And she's trying to get her stuffed animals. And I'm just like, you know what? I could either force this and get really, really pissed off, but this is my baby girl's first day of grade 2. Like, she's in 2nd grade now. This is such a milestone. And my son is in 5th grade. Like, who knew? My son is in 5th grade now. My first baby that, like, he's all grown up now. He's in 5th grade. And I had to quickly get that selfie. And yeah, I had other things to do. I have a class that I also take around the same time in the morning. So usually I'm rushing the kids out the door so I can get back to class. But today I'm like, you know what? The most important thing is this moment with my kids. And this is the same thing, is that if you are right now trying to rush the process, all it's going to do is frustrate you. All it's going to do is make it feel more painful than it really needs to be. All it's going to do is have you think that you're doing something wrong, which is going to signal to your body that, like, something's wrong. There's a tiger in the area. Labor's not going to start. You're more likely to get pushed into interventions with the medical system. But even if you are past your due date and the medical system is trying to put pressure on you, just listen to your heart. Take a breath. Close your eyes. Listen to your heart. Do you want to induce? Do you feel that there's actually a problem? Or are you just hearing from the medical system that there's a problem? Because there's a difference. There's a difference between truly believing that there's a problem that you need to call in a solution and help you, versus other people telling you that you're the problem and that you need to fix how you are being and that they know best for you and that you are delusional to think that what you want is actually possible. And that's really, again, the essence of my book, Your Empowered Birth. I know it's backwards because I've got my camera on for my phone, but it's Your Empowered Birth. Get the birth you want without having to fight, beg, or compromise. It's available on Amazon, so you can go and get that book. The link's in the bio, empoweringmomsbirth.com/book. Check it out. If you're international, then all you have to do is type in Your Empowered Birth and Carly Bonderud, my name, and you'll be able to get the resources that you need. And hey, if you are having trouble finding the link for Amazon for yourself, give me a message. I'll help you. I'll get it to you. I'll make sure that you get the help you need. It's time to take your power back, because when you do that, when you have an empowered birth, when you learn this 5-pillar system, you can take it into all aspects of your life. You can live the most authentic life ever, and you can be that for your children. So I have shown my children, by taking control of my birth and by taking control of my life, using this 5-pillar system, just how much is possible for them. They have their dreams. If somebody tells them that they can't dress a certain way, they don't care. They don't care. My daughter has her own style. My son has his own style. They have their own unique, authentic way of relating in the world. And when people tell me, you know, your children aren't doing what they should be doing, I'm like, they are their true, authentic selves. And that is beautiful. And yes, they have limits. Yes, they know that they can't treat anybody badly. We have at least 4 rules. I'm probably going to have about 5 because I really like the number 5. 7 will probably be too much for them at this age. But you can start your kids at 3 rules when they're little. One is we treat people with kindness and respect, and we love them where they're at. And if they are hurting us, we can calmly set a boundary with them. We can love them from afar, but we don't have to hate and we don't have to pile on revenge. Because the truth is that everybody who's hurting you is hurting inside. Number 2 is we take responsibility for our actions and we make good choices that are aligned with what we feel is right for us. Which means that even if a rule is put in place, if that rule does not serve us in the family, we're allowed to change that rule. That's like the same thing with your birth experience. If you're hearing from the medical system, we only let you go to 41 weeks and then we induce, does that rule serve you? What if you're a 42-week mama and you don't have your babies at 41 weeks? You never have. Nobody in your family will. because that's not what will happen. If you go and induce your baby before they're fully ready, that's like picking fruit off of a vine and it's not even ripe yet. Like, you don't do that. You don't open up the buds of a flower that hasn't bloomed yet. Like, that's just going to destroy the flower. The same thing. So you need to really make good choices and pick what is most aligned with you. And finally, the third one that I am just a stand for is self-care. I know. It's not all bubble baths, though. It is taking care of yourself, making sure that you're getting enough rest, making sure that you're eating enough for yourself and nourishing yourself with what feels right to you, to your heart, to your mind, being able to replenish and be like, you know what? I know I said that I was going to commit to this thing. And I know I said I was going to commit to this thing, but today the kids are just really, really upset. I'm still growing a baby. I'm very tired, and I'm just going to take the day to rest. And let that be okay. No guilt. Part of self-care is no guilt. You are allowed to take care of you. And this is what I tell all my clients whenever they're like, you know, Carly, I'm really, really sorry, but I'm just so tired today. I don't think we can meet today. And I'll be like, okay, first of all, I'm not going to hear apology because you have nothing to apologize for. I told you when we first started working together, if there was ever a time when you felt that maybe we needed to step back and we could just do WhatsApp or something else to keep in communication, but if you needed to take that time for yourself, that we can do that, because the overall package of what I offer is completely customized to them. It's completely customized to what they need. So while I have the money to put food on the table for my kids, at the same time, I show up for my clients. What you get from me is not just a to-do list. It's not just things to do. It's not just how to have a natural birth. It is full and unconditional love and support where you may not be getting that in other areas of your life. And it's also to show your partner, when I can't be there, how to support you better so that they can also stand for you when you're in an appointment. And it's also showing you how to stand for you so that people can't tell you that you can't have your dream birth. Because you can have your birth any way you want. Any way you want. So those are my tips for you for today. Is that if you're still waiting for labor, to let go and surrender. And if you want to know more, go check out empoweringmomsbirth.com/book. I'm helping a lot of women in other areas of their life, including in their business. I'm speaking on that now. I'm using the 5-pillar system to speak on how to create an authentic and powerful business persona in your world and be able to live your most authentic truth. Do what you love while also raising your kids. Being able to go to all of the recitals or the school stuff, take your kids to the beach and still be able to work from home, still be able to get your message out there. I mean, like all summer, you saw me out there. I was out at the beach. How did I do that? With the 5-pillar system, that's how. So I'm talking on podcasts right now. I'm working on some masterminds with some other women that are doing for rising into their greatness. And I'm just out there sharing. So if you're curious, you can always check me out on Facebook too, on my main Facebook profile. You can check me out. I'm sharing a lot on there. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. And thank you so much for watching. I love you. Go have the most amazing birth experience of your life. Stand in your truth, stand in your power, because when you stand in your power and you see what you're actually capable of, nobody can ever take that power away from you again. They can't put you back in that box, and everything in your life just gets better. Okay? I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.